Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, and we are so excited to get to you in this morning. So, as you can see, well, maybe if you're in Spotify, you can see me, but you are listening to me, sorry. So, as you can see in YouTube, we are now having our first ever YouTube episode. So we're just gonna use the same information that we are bringing to you through Spotify and our platforms for podcasts, and now we're bringing it to YouTube so we can connect face to face, and you can actually see how this is built. So today we are in 6 of growth, and we're looking forward in today's first episode ever in YouTube to share one of the thinkings that I think that is very popular in today's psychology. But there's one thing that I want to share foremost is what is this motivational psychology behind the terms I can and I will. Yes, as you may know so far, this is one of the hottest topics in psychology, especially with positive psychology, where we promote positive thinking, we promote some zero negativity, we promote keeping the best of yourself, and all of this is so great, it's so good, but at the same time, it may be lying in a foundation that we may not be, how can I say this? We may not be knowing enough to have a solid change. So today we're going to be talking about what I can and what I can't. So this is going to be very interesting. I hope that you all keep connected throughout this podcast. If you're listening in Spotify or maybe in iTunes, or maybe this is just an audio podcast for you, well, welcome aboard. And if you're here with me in YouTube, then welcome aboard. I'm so happy to see you today. Well, I'm so happy that you are seeing me today and getting into this new environment, doing it through YouTube. I do hope that you're gonna get so much more from what we're gonna be sharing. So stay tuned, because in the next few minutes we're gonna try to answer. We're gonna answer one of the questions that we have in our daily lives. Can I trust God more than I can trust myself? And this is a very, very hard question to answer, because I know that the answer may look very simple, but it probably will take you in a very long journey. Stay tuned here in Seeds of Growth. We're going to be back in a few seconds. And we are here, we are back again, and I hope that you are ready to take the next few minutes to talk about this very interesting topic that it's at the core of self-confidence. So when we talk about trusting ourselves, there is a really, really common area where we like to talk about, yes, I can do it, I love to do it, I'm capable, I'm beyond my limitations, like all this little positive thinking, which they are great, don't get me wrong, they are really, really, really good, but they have a core foundation that we must share with all of you guys, because it's not only to be positive, is to have the right mental structure to support the positive thinking. And this is what we're going to talk today in the next couple of minutes. And I did ask a question a few minutes ago, a few seconds ago, where we're going to be talking about if it's easier to trust God than trust myself. And this may looks like a very simple question. I know plenty of Christians that will say right away, of course, trusting God is so easy. I mean, He is perfect. He is the Almighty Lord. He is everywhere. Like, trusting God, how can I not trust God? And this is a very, very common response. And trust me, as a pastor, I can tell you, it is not that quite simple. Actually, at the core of the issues that we have as a human being is that we stop trusting God somehow in our points in our lives, right? But this is not the point for today. What I'm going to try to redirect the conversation now is how we develop that trust through learning, trusting ourselves. It is impossible at the core of our hearts and our minds and our mental structures. It is impossible to trust anyone more than you can trust yourself. Yes, just like that, just like you are listening from me right now. It is really, really, really impossible to trust anyone outside of the scope of trusting yourself. And I'm gonna give you proof of that. Not because you are the center of the universe and you are the source of your energy and the source of your own life. Nope, that's not the case. We are not the center of nothing. We can barely make it to our beds every day, right? So we don't have any extra superpower just to be a self-centered person. This is nothing to maybe diminish God's words or maybe God's presence or any of that. This is not about putting anyone in top of anybody. No, this is not about this one. This is not about humans being at the center of everything, or maybe I'm gonna praise humanity far beyond God's capabilities. No, none of that. I'm not interested in going down there because that's fake. That's not true. There is no foundation for such topics. So let's go into what we can actually prove, and it's self-confidence. It is so important, and it is so poorly addressed in many settings, especially sadly, I need to say this, but especially in churches. We don't address enough the confidence that is needed to achieve, especially God's purpose in our lives. If you're a Christian as I am, you will know that God has a perfect plan for each one of us. If you are not Christian, then you are listening to this, let me tell you something. Maybe it's not God who has the perfect plan for you, right? But maybe it's life. Or you think that maybe it could be the universe, right? Or maybe any other extra powerful energy. I don't know what your beliefs are right now, but I can tell you something. I can tell you something that it's indeed at the core of this conversation. You cannot trust, and you will not trust even if you try. You will not trust anyone or nothing at all more than the capability of trusting yourself. There's plenty of examples through the history and also through the Bible as well that we may refer to if we want to prove this concept. But today we're going to refrain to only focus our attention in how we can develop our self-confidence with the purpose of being a person that may trust others. Let me tell you, I know few folks down there that they are extremely, extremely, extremely weak trusting people. They have trusting issues. Well, trust issues, I will say. They do have a serious, serious, serious problem trusting people. And if you get to talk to them, you will see that many of them are OCDs. Many of them are compulsive disorders. Many of them have a perfectionism, intentionality to be perfect in so many areas of their lives just because they cannot trust themselves. Are you in that point of your life that you feel so difficult of trusting other people because it is really hard to trust yourself? And this is why it is so simple to say, yes, Lord, I trust you more than myself, because I know that the Lord won't fail, that the Lord won't set back, that the Lord is always the winner. He won over all and he will always win. And it is easy to trust someone that has no mistakes. It is easier, right? But the truth is that when the times comes that we really need to trust this Almighty God, this all-powerful Lord, then we stop trusting. Yes, we stop doing that. And you know why? Because at the core, really at the bottom of our hearts, it is really extremely hard and difficult to trust ourselves. When that happens, it's going to be even more complicated trusting God when the times comes. And let me now get a little bit out of religion, right? Let me go a little bit more into regular life. It is even harder to trust your partner when you cannot trust yourself. It is extremely difficult to trust your boss when you can't see yourself trusting your accomplishments. It is really, 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 really tough to trust a company, even a government, when you can see what you can accomplish through your own capabilities. So, self confidence is something that goes beyond the scope of a motivational speech. Oh, I can do this. Oh, yes, I will. Oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes. I was doing a reel while I was walking here in the neighborhood the other day, an Instagram account, and I'm sharing this feeling, right? Like, hey, I can do this. Hey, I'm gonna do this. Yes, let's go, let's go, let's go. But people don't need that to really develop the foundations of the cognitive structure that they need to have to support their self-confidence. And don't get me wrong, I am a very motivational person. I love to motivate other people. I love to do that. I like to go to you, hug you, clap on your shoulders. I love to look into your eyes and say, hey, wait, here, there you go. Wait, you're gonna do it. It is possible. You're gonna make it. I love to do that. But let me tell you, that's not the end of the road. That's just the beginning. It is just the beginning. When you tell yourself that you can do it, that you're gonna do it, that you're gonna make it, that's needed. You need to hear that from yourself, not only from other people's, not only from other folks. You need to hear that from yourself. You need to stop in the mirror when you get a bath and talk to yourself and say, hey, you, yes, you little black beautiful boy, you gonna make it. You gonna do it. And definitely that's powerful, and that may change today, but that's just the beginning. It's not the end. You cannot build self-confidence just repeating to yourself that you can do it. Can I do that to maybe build some muscles? Just stop in the mirror and say, hey, muscle, grow, grow. You can grow, you can grow. Can I do that? I wish I could. Maybe Nick will be different if he can do that too. Or maybe any other personal trainer will be different if they can even do that. Like, hey, grow, grow. Would that work? No, of course not. Because we need encouragement. Yes, we do. We need motivation. Yes, we do. But that's not enough. That's not enough. Because when reality will hit you, it will hit you at the core. It wouldn't go to the maybe just how can I say this in a more romantic way because I don't want to be so hard. It's too early in the morning to be hard, right? But I'm going to try my best. I promise you this intimate conversation that we had here. So let me think. When life hits you, it won't just hit you in ways that you can just stand up again easily. When life hits, most of the time, it will break you down. Yes, it will. It will put you down. Because let me tell you one thing. If the building doesn't have the right foundations, it may collapse at any point of time. So what we need is not beautiful windows. It's not a beautiful paint outside of the walls. We don't need a beautiful design of what this is gonna look like. We need a strong foundation. And I'm telling this from my own experience. And this is gonna be a little bit hard for me, but I promise you I'm doing this because of you. But it's gonna be a little bit hard for me just to be vulnerable with you guys. Because self-confidence is built upon the fact that you may have lack self-confidence. Nobody burns with nobody's come to this world full of self-confidence. Nobody comes to this life saying, oh, I'm going to do all things because I am super capable of doing so. No. We need to hear that from mom, from dad. We need to see what we can accomplish. We need to see somebody cheering us up when we fell down. We need that to maybe probably at age 22 realize that I can really do things through on my own. It's not that quite simple. So now that you are 33 years old and you're still questioning yourself, I am enough? Can I do this? I am really gonna make it. A motivational speech will not change a dime. I'm sorry. You can pay $1,000 to come to talk to me and I will get you on a road. Oh yes, I will put you high. I will make you jump. I will make you cry. Oh, you're going to laugh a lot with me. Oh, I'm going to make sure you enjoy your time. Oh, I'm going to make every penny worth it. But right after the event is over, you're going to go back to your house. You want to go back to see your challenges. I am no even close to that place. So you are by you are by yourself alone again. And this is the time when we need to ask ourselves, can I trust me? How can I trust myself? Because for every doubt that you put in yourself, you are throwing that doubt as well to what God can do through you. You are putting that doubt through what your spouse is looking at you. Every doubt that you put into yourself, you are putting it into the people that really value you. And that's, my friends, that's dangerous. Because you are putting not only your value down, but you are putting the value of your creator, you're putting the value of the people that love you, just to putting that down. And when you do that, you are breaking down your support system, that when the times comes, then who's gonna be there to support you? If you feel like you don't deserve nobody to be even close to you to support you at this time, it is imperative that we learn to build self-confidence, not maybe throughout motivational speeches or motivational conversations, or maybe just a clap on the shoulder. No, that's needed, as I did say it in a few minutes ago, but that's not the end. How can we build self-confidence? And I'm taking my time in explaining this because it is important that you realize that you don't have self-confidence because you repeat every day to yourself that you're going to make it, that you're going to make it, that you're going to make it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And you push yourself so hard that you are breaking the foundations of who you are, and a collapse is just at the corner, waiting for you for something shift out of place and collapse the whole building. Your whole life could disappear if you don't have the right foundations. Self-confidence, this is my own personal definition of it. It's a personal attribute that you need to develop, right? With self-commitment to your own capabilities, values, and beliefs. I'm going to repeat it. It's a personal attribute that we develop through self-commitment to our own values, our own beliefs, and of course, our own principles and capabilities, what we can actually do. There is plenty of stuff that you can do. I will say you have no limitations. You have all the power and all the capabilities in the world. You just have it right there in front of you on your hands. This is unstoppable. This is unbreakable. This is invisible. Invisible? Well, not invisible because you can see me actually. But you got the point. You can really do this. But let me teach you how. So guys, there is a little bit of me that I want to share with you today. Publicly, I want to share this passive experience. When I was a child, I used to be, and I have the word down here. I have to put that word down because it's so difficult for me to pronounce it. So I'm sorry. My English is not my first language. I hope that that's not a problem. And actually, that's just a blessing for you, an inspiration to learn español, como yo hablo español. Pero let me get in English right now. So this is a word that represents a lot to me. A lot. And let me share this word with you. That represents my childhood. many years of my childhood. Listen to this next story of mine that it may help you to build self-confidence. As a child, I was, what is that word? I have it right here. Stuttered. Stutterer. Stutter is this person like that they can even repeat a word because they get stuck in trying to say something. And don't get me wrong, I'm not joking of anyone. That was me. I was there. Yeah. Every time I tried to talk, it was really hard. But that was not mental health disorder for me. That was more emotional disturbance. I was raised in a family of 3 boys, including me, and 2 sisters. Back in Dominican Republic. I am the youngest of the boys. So I was under the impression by casualties of life that I was not enough. It doesn't matter what you do, it's not enough. It doesn't matter what you do, you wouldn't get there. Keep trying, but for what? If you're gonna talk, nobody wanna hear you actually. You don't wanna talk. Nobody wanna hear you. You better get away because you're just in the middle. You are interfering with everything that's going on right now, so you just put yourself away. It is too hard for you to accomplish this. Don't even try it. For what? You can save energy, you can save time, you can save resources. Don't try it. You're not gonna make it. I can't do this. I have tried and tried and tried and tried it again, and I just confirm I can't do this. This was me. I will say like maybe 25 years ago, approximately. 20. I don't know. You guys don't care neither, but that was me. Just right there. I was going to bed with this thinking. I was waking up every morning with this thinking. I was looking my face at the mirror and I was thinking, you're not attractive. You're not gonna make it. You're not good enough for any woman. You're not even good enough for any friend. That was me. Then I make a wise decision. Like we all do, right? Those wise decisions that we make. Yeah, we don't talk to anybody because who wanna talk to me? Why should I ask any advice? Even if one's curious about me, I mean, it's just careless try to do that. So I'm gonna build my own best great advice. That's not my mistake. But I did it, and I say, you know what? I'm gonna become a so powerful religious figure that people just gonna love me because of that. That was never enough. Oh, I pray and pray and pray. And let me tell you something, I am not regretting not even a minute of my prayers. I don't. But that was no okay. There were some days in the week where I was praying for 8 hours a day. If I knew now, I would pray 4 and dedicate like 4 to the gym, and I wouldn't have this body right now, right? But the Lord knows, and I have a strong spirit. If you can see my spirit, you will see I'm lean. I have a 6-pack. Oh, my spirit is so ready, and my arms spiritually, they are so huge you can't even see them. So now I have to go to the real gym, right? Okay, going back to my point. I was saying that for many years I put myself behind the mask of a Christian leader, being so young, just because I was seeking that type of rewards. People loves, people appreciation, people that just come to me and value me because of what I am. I did try that. Because let me tell you something, you are not alone trying to build the life of your dreams. You're not alone. That's not a bad thing. Wanting other people to love you and appreciate you for who you are, that's not bad at all. You have the right to be loved. Folks in Spotify, when they're sleeping, you guys have the right to be loved. YouTube family, you guys have the right to be loved. That's okay. The problem is not on that. It's actually the opposite. That's the way to get out of there. But the thing is that because we don't know, we start looking into the wrong places. And that place, it's out of the scope of yourself. Because the first person that needs to love you, the first person that needs to understand you, the first person that needs to be there with you when nobody is, the first person that should be listening to you and he really wants to be there with you right now, that first person, it's yourself. Nobody else. It is yourself indeed. And also, we don't realize how important it is that we develop this relationship with ourselves. It is impossible to develop a relationship with God stable. It is impossible to develop a relationship with your partner in ways that love can be both ways until you realize how important you are to yourself. Yes, you matter to yourself. Yes, you do. Man, you have no idea how I was mistreating my body just because I thought that I was not worthy. I told this to my boy Nick. Yeah, he has to hear a lot of my things, and I'm sorry for him. But I was talking to him the other day, and I was saying like, hey, I didn't even like to dress well just because I didn't feel like it was right for me to do so. And I was telling this out to Jaima, like, hey, now I want to dress differently. Now I want to see like my shirts fitting my body. Now I feel different about myself, and not only because I changed the way I think about me, but I changed the way I treat my body. And doing that, I'm building self-confidence because I'm respecting my values. I'm respecting who I am. I'm respecting my belief. I'm respecting my identity. You need to develop a strong commitment with who you are. Not who you want to be, not who you were in the past, but who you are right here, right now, who you are. That's the person. I'm sorry, I'm looking here, looking over there. It's not that I'm big, maybe I am, but you understand. You need to develop a commitment with who you are. Stop committing yourself to the other people's perceptions. Stop committing yourself to society perceptions of who you are. Stop committing yourself to your past. Stop committing yourself to your future. No, that's going anywhere. That's going anywhere. You need to start building commitment with who you are. And you can start doing that today. And I'm here to tell you that you can actually do that. You can actually do that in ways that will transform your lives. Let me tell you this, and I want to close out this episode with this interesting, I will say, it's statement, powerful statement. And I know that it will may hit you really hard, so be ready. If you're driving, I will encourage you to stop driving so you don't lose control. No, just kidding, man, just kidding. So this is my powerful statement for today's episode, and it's: if you start seeking people's approval, you may find people's rejection. You don't need anyone else to value you. You don't even need anyone else to respect you. You don't need anyone else to love you. You don't need anyone else to cherish you. Ooh, you can do it. You can do it. If every time you go to the mirror, you just slam yourself with your flaws, with your mistakes, then nobody could ever cherish you enough. If you don't hug yourself, there is nobody in this world that will ever be able to hug your heart. If you don't respect who you are, if you don't respect what you eat, if you don't respect how you sleep, if you don't respect how you move, if you don't respect what you value, what you believe, who else will do that? Once you learn to respect who you are, let me tell you this, and this may surprise you, you want to start also honoring who others people are. You know why? Because you know how hard it is to be. And then you realize, wow, I have my own battles. I have my own issues. And here I am, a survival in life. So if this is me, my neighbor, my partner, my son, my mom, my dad, my pastor, my boss, my leader, my friend, my personal trainer, my coach, the driver of the bus driver. All of them have a life. All of them have battles that you will never know. All of them are in the middle of a fight for their own values, for their own respect, for their own love, for their own growth. So, let me tell you this. Respect yourself. Love yourself. And let me tell you, there are things that you can't do. Hey, that's okay. That's okay. You're a human being, right? You're not God. You're not a superhero. You're a human being. And there are things that you simply need to say, I can't do this. I will learn, I will grow, and I will be back here next time. Stronger, ready, capable. But if I can't do this right now, it doesn't mean that I cannot do this tomorrow. You know what happened to me? And I want to shoot down this episode with this one. I have my dumbbells down here, just at my feet right now. And this is special dumbbells. I mean, for me it's special. They are my first dumbbells, so I want to keep them for the rest of my life because they are the ones that have seen the progress in my body, right? But I can tell you, I started with 15 pounds. Wow, 15 pounds, Victor? You are 32 years old. What are you talking? Those arms can carry more than that. Yes, they can. But my technique, my strategy was to build self-confidence first, and then I will hit them hard. And you know what? I started with 15 pounds, And one day I decided to do this every morning. I do the it's an exercise that we have Nick in the app. It's called Men Builder, something like that, where you're gonna do some push-ups and then you're gonna use the dumbbells just for the like the cord and all those. Well, I don't know, let's play that here. But the thing is that I decided to wake up every morning. The first thing that I'm gonna do, and I'm doing every morning, is drinking my 10-15 sips of water. And as soon as I drink the water, I let my body fall to the front and I start doing push-ups every morning before I even pray. Every morning, that's what I do. I wake up, I throw myself in front, and I start doing some push-ups, right? Just to get the body and get the blood moving inside of my body. While I was doing this one the other day, I just grab up my dumbbells. I jump from 25 to 35 pounds. Let me try this, I say. I'm gonna try only 5. And I did try 5. Let me tell you, it didn't hurt. I jumped from 25 to 35 just because I made the decision, but because I was confident enough that I can handle it, because I did in the past. I trained with the strengths that I had to develop the strengths that I didn't have for the future. And this is my encouragement for you today. You maybe cannot do this right now, but you know what? It doesn't mean that you cannot do it tomorrow. You are a human being. You are loved. You are valuable. You matter to yourself. Start working on that. Self-confidence is the base. Well, it's the basic foundation of a healthy self-perception. Yes, you can. Yes, you will. Yes, you're gonna make it. Maybe not today, not tomorrow, but you're gonna make it. Keep that commitment of your values. Committed to yourself. Committed to what you believe. Committed to who you are. And one day, sooner or later, you will see it again. Guys, this is Seeds of Growth, episode 1. Yes, I can. I hope that we may see each other again next week. Stay safe.